Hello students, in today's video we will be deriving the electric field of a moving point charge. So we have already studied about the potentials due to a moving point charge given by the Leonard-Wishart potentials. So there we got the equation for the scalar potential, which is given by E of r bar comma t equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 qc divided by rc minus r bar dot v bar. The equation for the vector potential was obtained as a bar of r bar comma t equal to v bar divided by c into v of r bar comma t. Let us use these equations in order to find the equations of electric field and magnetic field due to a moving point charge. So we have done this kind of exercise in the previous derivations as well. We were having these equations of retarded vector and scalar potentials, and from that we derived the Jeffy-Menkos equations for electric field and magnetic field. So the Jeffy-Menkos equations are the equations giving electric field and magnetic field for a dynamic charge system. In this derivation, we will be deriving a special case for electric field of a moving point charge. So just like the equations of retarded potential and the equations of Leonard-Wishart potentials are related, the Jeffy-Menkos equation and the electric field of a moving point charge will also be related. So we will be deriving the equations of electric field and magnetic field from these two given equations. So we know if we are given with the scalar potential and the vector potential, we can calculate the electric field by the equation E equal to minus del V minus dou A bar by dou T. Similarly, the magnetic field can be calculated from the vector potential by del cross A. So let me call these equations as equation number 2 and the earlier equation of the Leonard-Wishart potentials as our equation number 1, equation number 1a and 1b, and similarly these are our equations 2a and 2b. Now let us define some of the important terms of this equation. So we have learned about the vector curly r bar. It is r bar minus r bar dash, right? R bar dash is the position vector of the charge and r bar is the position vector of the point where the potential is evaluated. So the curly r bar is the vector connecting the charge and the point. So in the case of a dynamic charge, a moving charge, we know r bar dash is not a stationary vector. It will be evolving over time. So we will be defining a vector called w bar of tr, which defines the trajectory of the moving charge. So if the charge is moving like this, w bar of tr is the path through which the charge is moving. Earlier r bar dash was fixed because the charge was not moving. The charge is situated here and we calculate curly r bar dash as the vector connecting the origin and the fixed charge. But in the case of a moving charge, r bar dash is not fixed and will be moving. So we will define a vector w bar of tr. W bar of tr is the changing vector or the path of the moving point charge. So we will be using curly r bar as r bar minus w bar of tr in this derivation. In the concept of Leonard-Wishart potential as well, curly r bar stands for r bar minus w bar of tr because r bar dash is not a consistent stationary vector in the case of a moving point charge. So if this is curly r bar, or if w bar represent the position vector of the moving charge, then we can define the velocity vector as the time derivative of the position vector, right? If we are given with the position vector, take the time derivative to find the velocity vector. So let me call these equations as our equation number 3 and equation number 4. Now, let me also define some more terms. We know the magnitude of the vector r given by curly r, that is equal to magnitude of r bar minus w bar of tr, right? So in the last class, in the last derivations, we had seen that it is equal to c into t minus tr, because we defined tr as t minus r by c, right? T minus curly r by c. So we can of course get the equation like curly r is equal to c into t minus tr. So we will be using this substitution as well in certain equations in this derivation. So let me call this equation as our equation number 5. We will use it somewhere in the middle. Now let us proceed with our derivation for the equation for electric field of a moving point charge. The concept is very simple. We are just substituting the Lienard-Wiechert potentials into the standard equation of electric field given by equation 2a, and we will be finally finding the electric field. That's all we are doing. So let us begin our derivation. What are the required components? We need to find the electric field del V first. So del V is equal to del of the potential V term. So if you look here, there are plenty of constants here. Qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 is the constant, and we need to take the divergence, the gradient del of 1 by Rc minus R bar dot T bar. So it is Qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 into del of 1 by Rc minus R bar dot T bar. So how do you take the gradient of 1 by r? So here we have a 1 by of a function, not just r, we have 1 by a function here. So its gradient is taken as Qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 minus 1 by x square. So minus 1 by Rc minus R bar dot T bar the whole square into del of Rc minus R bar dot T bar. So this is how we take the gradient of del of 1 by r or del of 1 by a function. So if you have del of 1 by f, it will be minus 1 by f square into del of f. In that manner, we take the gradient in this function as well. Now we need to find the del of Rc minus R bar dot T bar in order to elaborate on this term. So let us find each of these terms inside this gradient. So first let us take del of Rc. Here c is a constant, so we need to just take del r. So del r is equal to del of c into t minus tr, that is the curly r, the magnitude of curly r. So it is equal to c into minus del tr, because we know del t is 0 and tr is the only term that has any dependence on the position coordinates x, y and z. So it is c into minus del tr, which is equal to minus c into del tr. So we have got the equation for the first part, del r by c. So let me call this equation as our equation number 6. Finally, we will have to come back to equation 6 to get del v. And this equation is our equation number 7. Now from equation 6, we have one more term remaining, which is del of R bar dot V bar. So let us find that. What is del of R bar dot V bar? So we have to take product rule here. This is a special kind of product rule. Just go through your basic equations to find del of A bar dot B bar. how do you take the gradient of the scalar product of two vectors? So this is not a usual kind of expansion. Here 4 terms are coming. Please be careful with that. So its expansion is r bar dot del of v bar plus v bar dot del of r bar plus r bar cross del cross v bar plus v bar cross del cross r bar. So we have 4 terms here with different combinations. This is the product rule for del of r bar dot v bar. And now we have to evaluate each of the terms inside this equation. We have r bar dot del of v bar dot del of r bar cross del cross v bar, and v bar cross del cross r bar. So let me call this equation as our equation number 8. So what we will be doing is we will evaluate each of these terms and we will substitute each of these terms into this equation 8 to finally find del of r bar dot v bar. So you can see in the next video the derivation of each of these terms. As of now, let me just say the final answers of each of these expressions and move forward. First, we will have a brief idea about the overall process that we are doing, and then in the next video, we will look into how each of these terms are derived. So as of now, let me take it for granted that the given equations, the given terms are given by r bar dot del of v bar. The first term, you can find that it is equal to a bar into, a bar is the acceleration vector, a bar into r bar dot del tr. So let me call this as my equation number 8a. Now the second term is v bar dot del of r bar. So v bar dot del of r bar, it is equal to v bar minus v bar into v bar dot del tr. So this is our equation number 8b, and del cross v bar, which we have to substitute into equation 8 as the third term, we have del cross v bar, and if you take del cross v bar, you can find that to be equal to minus a bar cross del tr. So this is our equation number 8c. And equation number 8d, which will be our expression for the fourth term, can be found to be del cross curly r bar is equal to v bar cross del tr. So this is our equation number 8d. So you can find the derivations of each of these terms, each of these expressions in the next video of this series. So as of now, just to simplify the length of this derivation, I am taking these terms as granted and as given by these sets of equations. Now, substituting each of these terms back into our equation number 8, we can find del of r bar dot v bar to be equal to summation of these terms, right? So equation number 8a given by a bar into r bar dot del tr plus equation number 8b, which is v bar minus v bar into V bar dot del TR plus equation number 8C, which is minus, sorry, it is not equation number 8C, it is plus R bar cross del cross V bar. Equation number 8C just gives us del cross V bar. So we will have to write R bar cross equation 8 A bar cross del TR plus the last term is V bar cross del cross R bar. So V bar cross del TR is the last term. So V bar cross del TR. So this is our expression for del of R bar dot V bar. Now we can see here we have a triple product here. So this is V bar cross del TR, and another triple product is R bar cross A bar cross del TR. So we can expand these triple products using the back gap rule given by A cross B cross C is equal to B into A dot C minus A into, cap C into A dot B. So this is the back gap rule. Here we have B into A dot C minus C into A dot B is the expression for A cross B cross C. So this is the back gap rule of triple product of vectors. So let me use that equation, that rule here in these two terms. So we have del of R bar dot V bar is equal to the first two terms, which are A bar into R bar dot del TR plus V bar minus V bar into V bar dot del TR minus of, here what are A, B and C? A, B, C. Similarly here it is A, B and C. So let us use the back gap rule. A bar into R bar dot del TR minus del TR into R bar dot A bar. So this is the first back gap. And the second term, again use the back gap rule. It will be V bar into del TR, V bar into V bar dot del TR minus del TR into V bar dot V bar. So this is the expansion using back gap rule in the last two terms. So we have the expanded expression for del of R bar dot V bar, and here you can see we can cancel out certain terms. We have A bar dot R bar dot del TR here, and A bar into R bar dot del TR, as well as A bar into R bar dot del TR with a negative sign here. They will cancel out each other. Similarly, we have here minus V bar into V bar dot del TR, and here plus V bar into V bar dot del TR. They will also cancel out. So the only terms that are remaining are V bar, then this term here del TR into R bar dot A bar, as well as del TR minus del TR into V bar dot V bar. So let us rewrite the equation for del of R bar dot V bar. So del of R bar dot V bar is equal to V bar plus del TR into R bar dot A bar minus V bar dot V bar. You know, V bar dot V bar is just V square, so it is V square. So this is the expression for del of r bar dot v bar. Now we have all the relevant expressions expanded. We have del of r bar dot v bar. Earlier we have found del r, and we can substitute these expressions into our equation 6 to get del v. So let us write del v is equal to qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 into minus 1 by rc minus r bar dot v bar the whole square into c into del r is the first term. Del of r by c is the first term. So we have to multiply c with the expression for del r. So it is c into minus c into del tr minus the second expression is del of r bar dot v bar minus del of r bar dot v bar. So let us substitute equation number 8. Oh, let us write the new number here. So this is our equation number 9. So let us substitute equation number 9 into equation number 6. So it is minus v bar plus del tr into r bar dot a bar minus v square. So this is our expression for del v. We have to simplify this expression in order to get the final answer for del v. So here we have one more term to find, which is del tr. We have to deviate here to find del tr. So in this derivation, let me take it for granted the expression for del tr to be equal to minus r bar divided by rc minus r bar dot v bar. So in the next video, in the part 2 of this derivation, I will be dealing with the derivation of each of these expressions. So in this derivation, let us take del tr to be equal to minus r bar divided by rc minus r bar dot v bar. Similarly, we have also taken equations 8a, b, c and d as given in these expressions. In the next video, you can find the derivations of each of these expressions, each of these 5 equations, equations 8a, b, c and d, as well as equation number 10. So just to reduce the length of this derivations, let us take each of these expressions as granted. So let us substitute for del tr into this expression of del v. So we can write del v to be equal to qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by rc minus r bar dot v bar the whole square into, I am taking the negative sign into the inside of bracket. So it is v bar plus c square minus v square plus r bar dot a bar into del tr, which is minus r bar divided by rc minus r bar dot v bar. So you can take the negative sign into this expression. So it will be plus c square into del tr, and we have 3 negative signs for minus v square. So it will be minus v square into del tr, and we have 2 negative sign for r bar dot a bar. So it will be plus r bar dot a bar into del tr. So this is the expression for del v. Now we have an rc minus r bar dot v bar term here in the denominator. So here we have rc minus r bar dot v bar the whole square. So let us take this term as common. For that, we will have to multiply this term with v bar, and divide this term throughout in both these terms, right? If it is of the form a plus b by c, we can write it as ca plus b divided by c. So we will be doing such a kind of simplification here. So this is equal to qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by rc minus r bar dot v bar the whole square into rc minus r bar dot v bar multiplied by v bar plus c square minus v square plus r bar dot a bar into minus r bar. So it will be minus of into r bar whole divided by rc minus r bar dot v bar. So we can take this rc minus r bar dot v bar as a common term outside. So this is equal to qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by rc minus r bar dot v bar the whole cube into rc minus r bar dot v bar into v bar minus c square minus v square plus r bar dot a bar into r bar. So this is the expression for del V. In order to get the final equation for electric field, we have to find dou a bar by dou t as well. So that is just another derivation in order to find dou a bar by dou t. So we will be skipping that part, and we are also taking dou a bar by dou t equation as something that we already know to eliminate the length of this derivation. You can do it as an assignment, as a separate assignment, to find dou a bar by dou t. So let us write the equation of qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 into let us write the equation for dou a bar by dou t simply from del v itself. So this is our equation for del v. To find the expression for dou a bar by dou t, we can just write that from modifying this equation of del v. So it is given by qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by rc minus r bar dot v bar the whole cube into rc minus r bar dot v bar into minus v bar plus r a bar by c minus c square minus v square plus r bar dot a bar into minus v bar into r by c. So you can just remember like this. Here in this expression of del v, two terms are getting changed. They are v bar and r bar. Instead of v bar, we substitute minus v bar plus r a bar by c, and instead of r bar, we substitute minus v bar into r by c. So you can try to remember dou a bar by dou t like this. If we try to derive dou a bar by dou t, it will make our derivation even more lengthier. So as of now, let us take the equation for dou a bar by dou t as given in this expression. So we have the expressions for del v and dou a bar by dou t. Now all we need is to substitute this into the equation of electric field given by our equation number 2, E equal to minus del v minus dou a bar by dou t, and find the final expression for the electric field. So electric field E bar is minus of del v plus dou a bar by dou t. So let us substitute. It will be minus 1 by minus qc by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by rc minus r bar dot v bar the whole cube. These terms are common to both del v and dou a bar by dou t. Now we may need to add all these terms together. All these terms inside the curly brackets together. So it will be equal to c square minus v square into p square plus r bar dot a bar into r bar minus v bar r divided by c. So those are the terms with c square minus v square plus r bar dot a bar as common. Here we have an r bar and here we have minus v bar into r by c. Before taking these terms as common, first let us write all the terms together. Then we will cancel out certain terms and then take terms as common. So we have 4 terms here. So let us write them RC minus R bar dot V bar into V bar minus C square minus V square plus R bar dot A bar into R bar plus RC minus R bar dot V bar into minus V bar plus RA bar by C minus C square minus V square plus R bar dot A bar into minus V bar into R by C. So these are the terms corresponding to del V and dou A bar by dou T. Now we have a negative sign outside this bracket. We will have to take that negative sign to the inside and we can see certain terms will cancel out. Here we have RC minus R bar dot V bar into V bar, and here we have as the first term we have minus of RC minus R bar dot V bar into V bar. So that term will cancel out. This term will cancel out the first term of this term, and only the remaining terms will remain. And even in those terms we have certain terms as common. We have C square minus V square plus R bar dot A bar as a common term here. So let us rewrite these equations. So E bar is equal to QC by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by RC minus R bar dot V bar the whole cube into C square minus V square plus R bar dot A bar into R bar minus V bar R by C plus RC minus R bar dot V bar into RA bar by C. So you can take the negative sign inside the brackets and take the rest of the terms as common wherever possible. You can find the earlier expression to be equal to this term. Now we are going to make a substitution given by vector u bar is equal to C r cap minus V bar. So then what will be R bar dot U bar? It will be R cap dot U bar. So it will be RC minus R bar dot V bar. Similarly, from these equations you can also see that if we have an expression of the form C R bar minus V bar R, it will be R into C R cap minus V bar R, and this will be equal to V bar, R is taken as common. So that expression will be R into U bar. So we will use these substitutions. Equation 12a, 12b and 12c in the coming expressions to simplify the equation of electric field further. So we have QC by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by RC minus R bar dot V bar. So this term is simply R bar dot U bar. Here again we have RC minus R bar dot V bar. And here in this term you can see, you can take C R bar minus V bar whole divided by C as the new term. And in the numerator as well we can bring a substitution of R into U bar. So let us make these modifications in this equation. So our new equation will be QC by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by R bar dot U bar the whole cube multiplied by C square minus V square into C R bar minus V bar R divided by C plus R bar dot A bar into C R bar minus V bar R divided by C. Here I have splitted the term C square minus V square plus R bar dot A bar into R bar minus V bar R by C. I have taken C square minus V square into this vector as the first term plus R bar dot A bar into the second part as the second term. So you will see why we did like that in the next expression, that is to bring a simplification to this equation. And the last term is minus of RC minus R bar dot V bar into RA bar divided by C. So you can see this numerator contains a C term and all the denominators inside the bracket contains a term C. So they will all cancel out. You can take this C as common and cancel out with the C in the numerator. So then we have the rest of the terms here. We have seen that this term is simply R bar dot U bar and this term is simply R into U bar. R into U bar is C R bar minus V bar R. So this term is R U bar. Here this term is again R U bar and here this term is R bar dot U bar. So let us make these changes in this term. So that is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 by R bar dot U bar the whole cube into C square minus V square into R U bar plus R bar dot A bar into R U bar minus R bar dot U bar into RA bar. So you can see here in all these terms inside the curly bracket we have a curly R as common. So let us take that curly R as a common term. So electric field E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 into R divided by R bar dot U bar the whole cube into C square minus V square into U bar plus U bar into R bar dot A bar minus A bar into R bar dot U bar. So this will be our final expression. And if you look at the last two terms, you can see it is of the form back cab, right? BAC, CAB. Here A stands for R bar, B stands for U bar and C stands for A bar. So this expression is simply A cross B cross C from the back-cab rule. So let us rewrite this equation as Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 into R divided by R bar dot U bar the whole cube into C square minus B square into U bar plus A cross B cross C. This order should not be changed. We cannot consider any other vector as A, B or C. So it is R bar cross U bar cross A bar. So this is the final expression for our electric field of a moving point charge. This equation is of plenty of features and peculiarities. You can get an idea about the concept of radiation and the concept of electric field of a moving point charge from this equation. We will have a brief discussion into this properties of this equation and the property of the electric field from a moving point charge in the coming sessions. So in this session, what we have seen is just deriving the equation for the electric field of a moving point charge. This is the final expression that we have in our hand. What are different terms here? Here R bar is the position vector connecting the charge and the point where the field is calculated. U bar, that corresponds to a new term we have introduced. It contains the velocity term. So we can think U bar as a kind of velocity term. Then we have A bar, that is the acceleration part. So this part is present when the charge is accelerating. If it is simply moving, we will have the first term alone. We will discuss about the properties of this equation in detail in the coming session. In this session, we have derived the expression for the electric field of a moving point charge from the expressions of the Liénard-Wiechert potentials. Then we went through deriving del V and dou A bar by dou T. There we took some equations as equations that are given or that are granted. In the next video, you can find the derivations of equations 8a, 8b, 8c, 8d as well as the expression for del TR. All these equations were simply substituted in this derivation. So go through the next video and find out the derivations of each of these terms. And then we quickly went to derive the equation of electric field and we got the final expression. And as of now, I hope that this derivation is clear for you. Thank you.